Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you again. Well, we're running out of stuff to do before the playtest is ready to go. I mean, everything is basically ready to go for the playtest, just basically spending this week working on the devlog video that is going to sort of be the thing that launches everything. So yeah, I've been working on that off stream, but for the streams, yeah, we'll just be adding some new content, doing some fun stuff. I think today what I want to experiment with is having a chance for a legendary alchemy output, which basically just means that the output card will get all of the inputs. So I'll go into that in a little bit more detail as we get into this, but before I do, I want to remind everyone that Alchemortis is available for wish listing. The Steam page is linked in the first line in the description below. And I also have my Udemy courses. These are a great way to learn how to build games in the Godot engine, but also a great way of supporting me. This is where the bulk of my income is coming from currently. So if you would consider purchasing that, I'd appreciate it. And this is the cooperative online multiplayer course in Godot, but I also have other courses that cover other topics. So if you're interested in any of those, again, those are all linked below. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for your support. Okay, let's say hello to everyone. Hello, A the Ant, welcome back. Finally showing up again. Good to have you. Good to have you. 130, what, wait, 1337th. Welcome, Adam. I only wish you were that far down the list. Because then it would mean I would have a lot of viewers, but that's okay. Hello, V, welcome back. Hello, good to see you. All right, me when the, I don't know what this is. Oh, the Udemy course. Anyway, welcome everybody. So yeah, add a small chance for alchemy to add all inputs and create a legendary card. So the idea here is that with the current alchemy system, the way that it works is that it kind of mixes everything together and it chooses random inputs. So this is the code where the alchemy is happening. So basically what it's doing when the alchemy happens is it takes all of the input cards as an array here, and then it shuffles basically everything. It says what's the minimum tier or the maximum tier of the cards. It gets a list of all the abilities. It gets a list of all the enchants. It decides on a min and max number of enchants to take. Oh, I can change this. Oops. It decides on the crit chances, or it randomizes the crit chance and the crit multiplier, so all that stuff. And then what it does is it essentially creates 3 different output cards, so it loops 3 times. And in here, what it's doing is it's basically shuffling this. So let's see here. Non-alchemizable abilities. Okay, yeah, so this is just not important, the non-alchemizable abilities section, but basically what it's doing, it's abilities to take minimum, it's choosing a random value between 2 and the maximum amount of abilities or the minimum amount of abilities available in each of the cards, which is, actually, I could probably move that out. I don't know why that's here. But anyway, so it's just compiling a big list of all the input abilities and then choosing them randomly, and that's what this block is doing here. It does the same for the enchants, so on and so forth. So the idea is that for a legendary card, what it could do is it could just literally take all of the abilities and add them to one of the output cards and all of the enchants. So just make it like a really rare outcome where it just gets everything. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Probably going to disappear until Saturday. All New York schools have banned phones. Oh, nice. You probably should be paying attention in school instead of watching my stream, but, you know, my stream is probably more educational than your average school class, so maybe it's actually good. I'm hiding in your fridge. Please open up. I don't know what is with you and fridges, Owen, but welcome back. Good to see you. It's really cold in here. You'll survive. You'll survive. Hello, welcome, Breck. Heck, good to see you. Welcome back. Oh, you only watch during free time. Okay, I got you. School starts tomorrow. RIP. I do not miss the days of going to school. I look at the school children getting on the bus where I live, and I'm like, losers. I'm just kidding. I did not like school as a kid, but so I kind of feel bad for them, but oh well. Hello, Rookie Tookie. Welcome back. RN Genesis, good to see you. Waiting for the Firebelly World History course. You know what? I'm actually embarrassingly ignorant on world history, so that would not be a very high quality course. Hello, Zombie Biscuit. Welcome. Phones are banned for the whole school day, including lunch. Maybe, yeah, it might be a little bit excessive, but I could see it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the kids these days are dealing with phone-related issues. I was in... When did the iPhone come out? Did it come out in 2007? I think I was in 8th grade the first time I saw somebody with a smartphone. So, like, smartphones really started to become a thing when I first started high school, like, wide adoption. But even then, a lot of kids in high school didn't have smartphones, so I don't know. I don't know what the modern student body is having to deal with everyone having a smartphone necessarily. I was like at the tail end, or it was like at the very beginning of that starting to become a thing. Same in Alabama. I feel if most students don't learn with a phone, they won't learn without a phone. That's probably true. It's probably true. 2007, don't make me feel old. I'm starting to feel old. I was brainstorming a video idea. I was thinking about doing a video where it's like advice I would give my 14-year-old self, you know? And I was kind of like putting a little script together for it, but just like opining on the game dev tools that were available when I was like 14 years old. And it was like Game Maker 7 and Game Maker 8 had just released right around that time as well. And, you know, the way that you found game development information was on like random forums and stuff. And there weren't really huge game dev communities, at least none that I found when I was 14 years old, to figure out how the heck to build games. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know why I put that. I have to go back to the script. Why was I reminiscing on that? But anyway, I thought it would be an interesting video. The RuneScape days, yeah. Hello, Dev Ghost. Welcome back. I'm taking a special game dev class, so I actually enjoy school. Yeah. Is that like one of those career tech prep programs? I did that in high school. I took a interactive media class, which like half of my school day for junior and senior year was basically just playing around in Photoshop and Final Cut and all that stuff. Was pretty fun. I think the visual coding in Game Maker 7 might be the first time I ever tried game dev. Yeah, I think that's the same for me. Yeah, like the drag and drop. I remember being a kid and doing HTML dress-up games. Those were the days. Yeah. Yeah, CTE, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I like those career tech programs. I had a lot of fun when I took that in high school. Okay, anyway. So yeah, we want to make this potentially have a legendary output. One thing that I want to try here, abilities to take minimum. Yeah, I think this can be moved out. There's no reason that needs to be there. Okay, some improvements to alchemy. So we're gonna do this. We'll give each card a 5% chance to have a legendary output. Non-alchemizable abilities. Okay, I think that's fine. So let's do this. var is legendary is equal to matthewtill.rng.randf is less than, we'll make it like a 5% chance, but What I'll do for now is I'll just force this to true so we can test it. Okay, abilities to take. Let's do this. Is legendary question mark all abilities dot count or this? Okay. And chance to take same thing here is legendary. What is max and chance to take? We'll just do this. All enchants dot count. It still applies the random ordering when it's a legendary output. I guess that's okay. The order of abilities doesn't really matter that much. At least I don't think it does. No, it can. The order of abilities can matter, but there's no way to control that anyway, so I'll just keep it randomly shuffled. Okay, critical chances. I don't really like this critical multiplier. I might actually change this. Min crit multiplier. I'll do this. Var all crit multipliers. Cards dot select. Card dot base critical multiplier. Get rid of this. Okay, that'll work. Alrighty, so we've got these legendary outputs. So now I guess we'll just see what that looks like. Project settings, game debug, generate test map. I think alchemy is number 3. I don't know. Enable test player cards on. We'll do candle, skeleton warrior, giant squid, Medusa head. What else? Frog. Is it called Hellspawn Egg? Yeah. Okay. Maybe I need some more 1x1s. Maybe a scarab. I just want to give myself plenty of options here. Scarab. Get rid of the test player artifacts. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Hello, Emerson. You are not first, but welcome. Good morning to you. Good morning. Hello, Arion. Good morning to you as well. Jerome, welcome, welcome. Antonio, good morning. Sorry for the newbie question. I've just started using Acebright. Any useful plugins you use? Thanks in advance. There was one like an export layers plugin, something called like GASPI. I haven't ported that over to my new computer yet because I've been lazy, but that's really the only plugin that I ever made any use of. So how do you create the game debug stuff? I think it would be good video creating debug tools. I have a little bit of a section in a code review video that's coming out this week, but it's essentially this simple. You can just write your own project setting path in here. So in this case, I'm doing game debug. We'll just call this test or whatever. Then you can define the type of it. So I can make it a vector2 if I wanted to, and then click add. And then that gets added under the game debug section here, test, and I can edit this as a vector2, right? So that's basically it. And these are just settings. This is just data. So you have to read in this data and change, your code or change how the game runs based on what these settings are. This is, like I said, it's just data, but it's a nice configurable way so that you don't have to keep going in and changing code and whatnot. Yeah, so I think that answers your question as well, Zombie Biscuit. Good morning, Ninja Link. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Hellspawn Egg, also known as the best card in the game. Yeah, I think I like the Hellspawn Egg a lot. All right, let's see what happens when we do some legendary outputs. So let's just throw the squid in here and the skeleton and the candle. Oh, if it's legendary, it should probably take the max crit chance too. Oh, legendary cards are going to be very powerful, but here we go. So now you see that this has gotten all of the abilities. Yeah, I mean, that's basically working. So now I've got a candle that does everything, and that's a legendary output. Unfortunately, there's no combat here, so maybe I don't want the test map on. And also, let's change this. Is legendary, question mark, all crit chances, dot max. And then here is legendary, all crit multipliers, dot max. That should work. Okay. I had no idea you could just add your own settings properties. That is super helpful. Yeah, it's very helpful. And it works the same. So maybe I'll do a quick little micro lesson on feature flags as well. So if you're not familiar with how feature flags work, basically any setting that exists in here, including your custom settings, can be overridden based on the feature flag. So actually there's a Steam initialization section here. So I've got my app ID here, which is my Steam app ID for Alchemortis. And I also have this override that I created, which is appid.playtest. So the way that I do that is I select the app ID here and I say, okay, this is the default app ID, but I can also say any build that has the playtest feature flag. So I can select that and then I can override that. I've already overridden it here, but I can override that value for any build that has the playtest flag, because my playtest app is actually technically a different Steam app than the release version of the app. So that means that when I go into my project setting, my export settings here, and I've got my playtest Windows build here, my feature flag list, I put my own feature flag, playtest. So this flag gets included in that build, and then any project setting that is overridden for that flag will be used instead of the default version. So this can be really helpful too for like your window configurations. So I think I've got a custom one in here. Let's see. Yeah. So the window mode here is exclusive full screen by default, but I added an override here for debug, which makes it windowed. And the debug flag is included if you export the binary as debug or if you're running it from the editor. So that means that whenever I run the game from the editor, it's going to start off windowed and it's going to crash. But when I release the game without debug mode, in other words, when I create a release build of the game, that debug flag is not present, which means it defaults to full screen. So that is a very nice way of managing your project settings as well. And then, yeah, that's very easy. And so I also have an automated build pipeline. I have two automated build pipelines. One pipeline will build the release version of the app, and one pipeline will build the playtest version of the app for me. Anyway, that's not really relevant to the feature flags, but it's a good example of how you can use them. Hello, Johan. Welcome, welcome. The best card in the game is the Phoenix. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You do a fancy shader for the legendary card. Yeah, I want to. I just don't know what it would look like. Maybe like an extra boil animation in the cauldron or something when legendary procs. That could be really cool. That could be really cool. Let's go ahead and add this result again. Nice. So I'll put this here. And now that candle is just going to be doing untold amounts of damage. So let's see. Boom. Oh my gosh. Candle just one-shots everything. So we'll have to test this, obviously, but I do like the idea of having like a legendary output. Because I think that would be really cool, and we could do it again here. So there we go. Scarab has all of the abilities. It's got the max crit chance and max crit multiplier. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. Just something to play with, you know. This might need to be... It might need to be tweaked a little bit, but I like the idea, generally speaking, and the chance is going to be relatively low. So, you know, if I make it a 5% chance, that means that only 1 out of every 20 outputs is going to be legendary. And the legendary, you know, it depends on the inputs too. If you just alchemize 2 relatively weak cards together, the legendary card is going to have all the properties of the inputs, but it won't necessarily be that strong either. So I think there are, you know, it has a potential to be very broken, but that's kind of the point, I guess. Really helpful, yeah. Proper video on that would be super amazing. I'm not seeing any proper information on putting that to use. I think I do have a feature flags video. I think I do. I'm not sure about that. A CIDC pipeline, CI/CD pipeline, yeah. So I have GitHub Actions. The way that the Git, I think I can probably share it. I don't think there's any sensitive information in here. So this is my playtest, build playtest workflow here. Just a GitHub action that uses my Godot export action, which will export games. But yeah, it's very simple. I have to do a couple of setup steps here. So check out the code, setup.net version 9, build.net. I've discovered that when you're building Godot games, C# Godot games in a pipeline, yeah, just building the project before Godot even starts up is a good idea because it prevents all kinds of issues. Then there's installing Wine because this is running on Ubuntu, but it needs to use RC Edit to change the Windows icon, so that's a little bit of a workaround for that. And then it uses my GitHub action. And then, yeah, so basically anytime I push a tag with v, you know, semantic versioning -test, it goes through the process of exporting those playtest builds, creates a GitHub release, attaches the artifacts to the release, and then this is just a setup step for Steam. And then it uses this game CI deploy to Steam action here with, you know, the secret username, the secret VDF, which is basically just like an auth file. Uses this ref name, which is the tag name, as the build description, and then specifies the depose and sets that to the staging branch in Steam. So this is the entire pipeline. So anytime I push a tag with this form, it ends up on Steam after about 8 to 10 minutes, and it's super easy. No room for human error here, and I don't have to worry about trying to export all this stuff from my local. So it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Can you check these feature flags and code? Yes, you can. You can use os.hasFeature, os.hasFeature, and then you can put your string in here. So it could be demo, it could be playtest. It's helpful for doing this for web builds because you can't quit a web build game. So if you have a quit button in your main menu, what I usually do is I say hide the quit button if os.hasFeature web, right? So yeah, you can use the feature and you can create custom feature flags. The feature flags will only appear though in your project settings here as overrides. So like the playtest here, that only appears after you've added a custom feature flag to one of your exports. So playtest here, I could do features, comma, stream test, right? And so now it's got the stream test. So now if I go to my project settings here, stream test appears in that drop down as an overridable feature flag. Hello, Snup Bill. Welcome back with the message Yummers. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. I swear I've learned more in these streams than I have watching videos on Godot topics. There's a lot of those kinds of things that are very seldom mentioned, but they're very powerful, you know? But yeah, I'm glad that you're, glad that I can help. The boss won't hold a candle, yeah. Hello, Meep. Welcome back. Seems like streams are a good way for people to get more intimate knowledge. Yeah. Maybe an artifact that increases alchemy quality. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Oh, intermediate. Yeah, gotcha. Do you have a meta progression plan in the game? Yes, I'm going to do meta progression. I just don't know what form that's going to take. I think that's largely going to be informed by the playtest feedback. Doing necromancy because I got a death row fancy coming out of the ground with undead fervor, like exiting the metro dancing. More freestyle rap from Monkey Software. Welcome. Man, learned so much right now. Good. So I think the legendary, I mean, that wasn't really that difficult, the legendary alchemy result. So we're going to want to have some kind of visual indicator for whether it's legendary or not. So let's go to card. So we're probably going to want some kind of legendary effect. I just don't know what to do. I'm kind of already overloading the card with a bunch of things. I mean, maybe some kind of particle system would work. I could change the border color as well. I just don't know what the border color would actually be. I don't know what the border color would actually be because I'm already using all the lighter colors for different things. So like this is the turn indicator, this is the enchant effect, this is the alchemy effect. This is the, well, that's not relevant. What? Oh, I'm changing the mod. Oh, I see. So I might have to do like maybe some kind of sparkle effect or something. I actually don't know. I am whelmed. Hello, Lucas. Welcome. Kitty cat meowing like a freaking banshee. I hope not. What about the ++R set when upgrading it? Oh, what about... Oh, I see. The tiers. Could have a legendary modifier there as well. Yeah, like a little icon. The trick is, how do I display all these card statuses without completely cluttering up the card? That's the thing. Make it a pure red outline. Red and orange, maybe? Well, it's already... It could... I guess it could be red and orange. Where cat? He's over there. Well, they're both over there on the chair next to me. If you go the route of another shader effect, maybe something more pearlescent. Make green particles like the firefly. I might be able to do something like that. I'm just trying to think. Let me think for a second here. I'm almost thinking like a pearlescent flame effect at the bottom of the card. Card mask. Why is this... I'm getting so lost in all these different card mask things. So if I do this, let's just duplicate this card mask here. Card legendary mask. Why is that not visible? Oh, because there's a material on it. I see. Get rid of the material. Okay. So then if I do a particle system here, GPU particles 2D. Oh, this is going to be awkward, actually. Well, let's just set it here for now. We'll just see what it looks like. So I'm thinking I can do something like this. here we can use the clip children. Oh shoot, is that gonna work? I don't think I can do that. Because the cards are ultimately going to be added as children here. So what I was going to do is use this as the mask here. So if I do visibility clip children, clip only, and then let's just put a random particle process material here. What am I doing? Process material. We'll just change the amount to something like 50. We'll just do something like that. The problem is on the board it's not going to work. Because for whatever reason, you can't use this clip setting if there is an ancestor canvas group. So that's not going to work unless I can figure out a different way to fade the board out, but I don't think I can. So I'm going to need to come up with a different approach for that. Can I add a material to this? New shader material, new shader. We'll just make this a built-in shader. I just want to test this. I might have to write my own like mask shader for this, but I've never had luck doing shaders on particle systems. Color.rgb is equal to vec3. Let's do 0, 0.0, 1.0, 0.0. Oh, that is working. So I think maybe if I do this, if I say uniform sampler 2D, card mask texture, filter nearest. I can say color.a is equal to card mask texture a dot. Oh no. Float card mask alpha is equal to texture card mask texture dot a. Oh. Oh, but I'm gonna need the UV. I don't think this is gonna work. Paste that there. Yeah, that's just not gonna work, because the UVs are totally different. Okay, I figured that wasn't going to work, so we're going to get rid of that. I think what I'll do... Oops. What am I doing? What I'll do for now is let's just get rid of this material. Let's just design the particle first. And then I'll figure out how to actually get that masking working. Tried to get some game dev done yesterday, but it was my cat's 1-year birthday, so I kind of just had to let him cuddle and sleep on my chest the entire evening. It goes like that sometimes. Do you not have to render the particles to something clippable? I probably... Yeah, I mean, I do. I do need to do that. I just don't know what the best approach is going to be. I don't want to use a sub viewport, but I might have to. Making a 3D arcade race game, but I'm getting the feeling that I'm biting off more than I can chew. Maybe I should get some more experience in 2D and simpler 3D games. I feel like racing games would be deceptively hard to make. But I don't have any experience building those kinds of games either. It's a nice sprinkler you got there, thank you. Just a skeleton enjoying some calcium-rich milk. Anyway, let's design the particles a little bit first, and then, yeah, we'll see. The question is, what color do I want to make the particles? What color do I want to make the particles? Let's take these. Call these particles legendary. Oof. That's quite a lot of them. But it's because we have to add this. So what is that? There's 9 frames. So let's do material, canvas item material, particles animation on H frames 9. Okay. We'll go down here to display, animation, offset max of 1. There we go. Okay, spawn position, sphere. Oh, maybe that doesn't work. Let's do a box. Extents 4. That works. Spread, turn that down. I actually don't know if this is going to work either. I think I do like the longer particle lifetime, but I need to figure out a smaller... Yeah, something like that, I guess. We'll see how it looks. Actually, before I go any further, let me see if that's even going in the right direction. I might have to use a sub viewport for this. Oh, oops. Can I just run this card? I wonder if I can just do that. So I don't know if you could see that well, but... it's kind of cool. So I think what I need to do is the outline is baked into the particle art here. So the particles have outlines around them. But the problem is when they get scaled down, those outlines get thinner or just non-existent. So I would almost need to do this in a couple of passes. I need to render the particles as one texture with a sub viewport probably, then apply an outline texture to the resulting image so that the outline is consistent around the particles. And then that would create just a much more cohesive effect, I think. So I don't know if there's any way I can get around this other than using a sub viewport. So let's do that. How am I going to do this? Oh no, how am I going to do this? What does this update mode do? Do not update the render target. Update the render target once. Update when visible. So I want to change this update mode based on whether it's legendary or not, but anyway. Oh no. This is gonna be tough. Good morning, Eric Grove Art. I didn't participate in Bracky's game jam. I did not, no. I'm all game jammed out after GMTK. Can the particles come from the sides of the card and go inside like energy that concentrates in the center of the map? It could. The problem that I'm going to have to deal with though is that there's a lot of cards that have weird shapes. So what the side of the card is going to be a little bit hard to determine. It's a lot of chicken nuggets, yeah. Kind of lurking, what is this for? This is for the legendary effect when a card is legendary. Any way to place it behind the skelly in the black background area? Yes, that would be possible, but I would have to go and redo, well, not redo, but update all of my art because my art doesn't have outlines around it. So like the skeleton warrior here. See, there's a black outline around the arm here, but not around the rest of it. But I can make that change if I need to. We'll just have to see. Change the black outer outline to orange or yellow. I can't do that. There needs to be at least a black pixel of outline around it. for separation purposes. Not sure I will participate in another jam. I just did the Brackeys one, but your game gets lost in a sea of entries. That's true. It can happen. Maybe the item could have an animation on hover if it's legendary. That could work. That could definitely work. We're just doing a lot of experimentation right now. We'll see. I'm probably going to need a sub viewport though, which is kind of annoying. Can I change the size here? Oh, is the card mask being rendered as black now? That's unfortunate. Or maybe that's not. Is it being rendered as black? I guess it is. I just realized something. Where is my... Aren't I using... Oh, I'm doing it alchemy. Sub viewport, the mask viewport here. Did I change this? This needs to be nearest default texture filter. I don't know if that was causing any problems, but we'll change it. Can I just... I don't know. Can I just do this? Sprite 2D, new viewport texture. Yeah, it is rendering as black. Why is it doing that? That's unfortunate. Oh man, this is gonna be an absolute nightmare. So that clip only is not working. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Craig makes a good point. Couldn't a different rarity of a unit just change the color palette using a shader? I could do that, but that might make it not look good. I've only done a single game jam and it was an hour long. Oh, interesting. There are smaller jams happening all the time. Yeah. Hello, Cody. Welcome back. Diode, welcome. If we do a shine effect, you know, a light sweep thing. That might work. All right, thanks for joining RN Genesis. And thank you. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. It's going to require some trickery. Because what I would do is I would put an outline shader on this sprite. See, it just outlines the whole thing. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. The fact that this clipping is creating a black area is not ideal. That means I'd have to like filter out the pure black pixels inside of my outline shader. But I didn't write this outline shader, so I don't know. Interesting. Where's this color used? What in the world is even going on here? This base color 2 isn't even used. Hope I'm not breaking anything. Base color. Let's see if... Can I do this? Vec3 0.0 color.rgb is equal to... No, color.a is equal to 0.0. That does not work. Maybe I have to do else. Yeah, I don't know how to modify this shader. I didn't write it, so... Welp. Hello, Monkey Software. Welcome back. Fire shaders. Yeah, I don't know if this is working. Maybe what I'd have to do is not use that card mask there. Just put the particles in the sub viewport here. Get rid of this outline for now. I would almost need to probably make this the... card mask here. This is using a viewport texture, but we'll get rid of that. Let's take the card mask and just put this in the card legendary mask here. We will write a new shader. Let's just make this built in for now. Uniform, sampler 2D, viewport. Viewport texture. Filter nearest. Mask texture is equal to texture UV. Actually, let's take this. Mask color, viewport color is equal to texture, viewport texture UV. Color is equal to mask color times viewport color. Okay, now I need to supply that. New viewport texture. Oh. New viewport texture, bang. Okay, that doesn't quite work. I think it's because I need to set the viewport to the same size as the mask. So the mask is what? The mask is 18 by, excuse me, 18 by 36. So if I change this, okay, that's starting to work. We're gonna need to change. So I've got the shader here. Oh, I'm still gonna have the problem of the outline though. Let's change this GPU particles 2D real quick. Get rid of this texture. We're gonna load just the normal particles here. Okay, and then if I go to my display settings and my particle process material here, color curves, color initial ramp, new gradient texture 1D. Put this in here. Interpolation constant. Change this to red. Change this to orange. And then this to that color. So there's a fire effect now. I would like to add an outline around the fire. I think I can actually do this now. I think I can put this in a canvas group, or maybe I can't. Is that gonna screw it up again? Nope, I can put that in a canvas group. And then can I just apply an outline here? Canvas group black outline. Okay. What am I doing? Let's look at the sub viewport here. So that's what I'm getting now. Let me try something. Turn that pattern back down. The GPU particles here. Let's get rid of the angular velocity. Actually, that's not making a difference. I think I probably just need to change the scale. There's some flickering that's happening. So I wonder if I just make sure this never goes below 0.25. Maybe. So that's what it looks like now. I don't know. Do you have any tips on creating a design document or good resource to watch? I don't do design documents, so I don't have any good opinions on that. The reason I don't do a design document is because it's just me working on the game. I know what the game is about. I know everything that I want to include in the game. Any notes that I have are written down in my board here, so I don't lose the ideas. And the game design document, I mean, it's just, it always struck me as something that's kind of like weird to do because I don't know, it's like, it's almost like you're trying to plan the game from top down from a document when I don't think that that really doesn't work. I mean, I've never made a game design document and ever stuck to it. And that means that the game design document would have to be updated frequently with all the new changes that you're making. But then it's like, if you're just the one person working on the game and you're constantly making changes, why would you have this extra burden of trying to keep a game design document updated when you could just keep your notes in a much simpler format, you know? So I've never found them to be that useful for solo development, at least. Have you used Fmod for Godot at all? Seems like really powerful, but it's definitely not beginner friendly. I have not used Fmod, no. All my sound effects are just from the basic Godot audio features, and that's it. I'm sure if I knew how to use Fmod, that would be great, but yeah, I don't know how to use it. Is that with respect to game jams? Yeah. I would have just made the card background orange or something more simple like that. Well, I don't think that's going to look good, so I'm not going to do that. I think this is okay. Would you care if I try to make my own game about necromancy? I do not care, no. Finished day 2 being back in the gym today, and boy does my entire body want to remind me how out of shape I really am, yeah. Yep. But that's good. That's good. This effect really makes me want a legendary chicken. That could happen. That could happen. Hello, Sam Studio. What's going on? I'm working on legendary outputs for the alchemy system. Recommend asking ChatGPT to help you put one together. Yeah, ChatGPT is great for doing those kinds of documents. I've been using ChatGPT as my editor for my video scripts, and it's really helpful. It's really helpful. GDDs are also largely made for pitching to a team or investor. Yeah, that was my impression too. Like, it's a good thing to unify a team or as a resource for pitching, but as a solo developer, it's like, I don't want to have processes just to have processes, right? The processes have to enable productivity. They have to make me more productive, and a game design document will absolutely not do that for me. It will just be busy work. So that's why I don't do any. Agreed. I bought your Survivors course Survivors Like Godot tutorial some time ago. Finished it, loved it. Thank you, Punk SQ. Very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thing about game design documents is that games change while you're making it. So you're not only trying to make an entire game, but now you also have to forever update the documents as well. Yeah, it's the same reason I don't like putting comments in my code. It's just another source of truth that you have to be meticulous about updating. And the moment it becomes outdated and you forget to update it, it just adds confusion, because then you'll read the game design document, you'll read something in there that's not in the game, and you'll be like, wait, did I want to put that in the game? Why was that there? Should I have removed this? Try to limit the sources of confusion, limit the amount of processes you're adhering to. Son of a biscuit. Yeah. How do you make sure everything is pixel perfect? Is it a viewport overlay that handles it? I'm just rendering, my canvas is 640 by 360, and I just have it so that the stretch mode is viewport, so it just keeps the crisp, pixelated nature of it. That's it. I'm not doing anything special beyond that. I don't think my game is technically pixel perfect. Like this window right here, like if I maximize the window, this is not resulting in a resolution that's perfectly divisible by an integer. So that means that this window is not pixel perfect, which means that if you looked very closely, you could probably see some deformed pixels, but I don't think it's that noticeable. I may make it like force integer scaling at some point, but yeah, for now I think it's fine. Okay. What am I doing? I don't remember. Oh yeah. Is that all I needed to do? I'm gonna turn down this max speed here. I think that looks pretty cool, actually. Oh, the one thing that I probably want to do is... Wait a minute. No, I think it's okay. It's even hard for me to see. I wish I could make this bigger. But anyway, I think it's okay. So now the next step is to make all of this configurable with code. So let me think. I'm not going to want these viewports to be updating for every card either, so I'm going to need to change the update mode here. So we'll just change the update mode to disabled so that it's not updating. This will be invisible by default. Okay. All right. So now we gotta figure all this out. Let me think about this for a second. This legendary mask. The GPU particles will need to have their position and I think they'll need to have their position and their bounding rect changed. Although I wonder, I could just do this an easy way actually. Emission box extents. 9 times 3. Let's turn this back on to always update. Probably going to want to increase the amount here as well. Maybe 30 is still good. So now if I do this, if I say the size is 18 times 3, that GPU particles is going to need to be where's my position? Transform position. X needs to be 9 times 3 divided by 2. Set it at 13. The Y position is going to need to change based on the card height. Anyway. Why isn't that working now? X54. Oh, no, I used the... No, hold on. I did this wrong. This needs to be 54 divided by 2. Okay, so now I've got a flame particle that just stretches. I just made this viewport basically as big as any card can be. So what I'll do is... What will I do? That's a good question. I'll just basically take this texture and just position it the right way in accordance with this mask here. Oh, you know what though? No, that's okay. So I'm going to need to dynamically change the GPU particle position in the viewport, change the viewport size, set the viewport to update. I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's all I need to do. So there's a lot of stuff I'm going to have to manage here, but that means that we're going to need this. Legendary particles. Let's grab this as a unique name. I'm also going to want a reference to this viewport. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, it is pretty simple, Jonathan, yeah. If you're just trying to replicate the effect that I've got going, it's really simple. I'm not doing anything fancy at all. Joined a really nice gym yesterday. I'm sure that makes it easier to work out too. If you're going to a nice facility and not like something run down. Okay. So yeah, the next step, we'll go ahead and do this next step here. We just stage all that stuff. So we're actually going to need to go into the card. And change this stuff. So I'm going to do that in just a couple minutes, but I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break. And we will continue on when I come back. Again, you can wishlist Alchemortis. It's the first line in the description below. The playtest is coming sooner, well, sooner than you think, maybe not sooner than you think, but it's coming soon. My hope is to launch everything next week. So it's getting here, it's coming. But yeah, give me 3 minutes, I'll be right back, and we will continue on. Hello, I'm back. A good gym is a great start. If it makes you want to go, you're more likely to keep at it. That's true. I think that's true anyway. I don't know. I don't go to the gym. but it sounds right to me. Is there going to be a tutorial for playing the game? There's a very basic, like, text-based tutorial. I think the game is... There's a lot of complexity in the game, but I don't think any of the complexity comes from the, like, how to play it. I think that... I mean, I could be wrong. We'll see what the playtesters have to say about it, but... It's pretty straightforward, like, hey, your cards have these abilities, and the abilities are augmented in some cases by proximity to other types of cards, and you have to arrange them on your grid to maximize your capabilities. And I think that's a pretty straightforward thing. The complexity mostly comes in with, like, planning the build and maximizing the placements and all that stuff, but I don't think the game is, like, hard to play from a control scheme perspective, or even from a perspective of understanding how the game works. But like I said, I could be wrong. And there will be a more sophisticated tutorial at some point in the future, obviously. But I think it's the little text-based tutorial I have at the beginning is for the playtest is sufficient. I hope it's sufficient. I don't know. Maybe people will start up the game and be like, I have no idea how to play this, and then I'll have to scramble to update the tutorial for the playtest. We will see. All right. Yeah, sounds good, V. It's too easy to be distracted or put off at home workouts for me, and it never gets done. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay, card legendary mask. So we'll do that. Node, private sprite 2D, card legendary mask. Node, private sub viewport, legendary, what did I call it? Legendary effect, sub viewport. Node, private GPU particles 2D, legendary particles, all right, so now we got to go down in here. Card legendary mask dot texture is equal to card mask dot texture. Card legendary mask dot offset is equal to negative offset. Card legendary mask dot visible is equal to this needs to be is alchemized. Am I using that anywhere? Is alchemized. Oh, that shouldn't update visuals. Okay. So we'll just set that to visible equals false for now. Actually, let's go ahead and do this. Public bool is legendary. Get private set. Oh, this is a massive class. Public void set is legendary. Is legendary equals true. Signal public delegate void. I'm just going to call it made legendary event handler. It's kind of an awkward name, but that's all right. All the way back down. Emit signal made legendary. Cool. We'll go back in here. Base card dot connect made legendary callable dot from update visuals. Cool. We'll go to update visuals here. Card legendary mask dot visible is equal to base card dot is legendary. Cool. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. Sub viewport, legendary effect sub viewport dot update render target update mode is equal to sub viewport dot update mode. Oh. Update mode dot always, but we're gonna do this. Base card dot is legendary. Update mode dot disabled. I'm gonna set that to disabled in here as well. just to make sure, because I don't want that running if it doesn't need to run. Render target update mode. Oh no, card legendary. What is it? Legendary effect sub viewport dot render target update mode is equal to sub viewport dot update mode dot disabled. Okay. But now, whenever the visuals are updated, I also need to change the position of the GPU particles, which I wonder if I should also, should I disable the particle emission? Probably, right? I don't know if that's going to have an effect, but let's do that. Legendary particles dot emitting is equal to false. Legendary particles dot emitting is equal to base card is legendary. Now the trick is going to be positioning those GPU particles. I think it's actually going to be relatively easy. If base card dot is legendary, let's set the viewport, sub viewport. So we're going to do legendary effect sub viewport dot size is equal to, we want the base card dot dimensions times game mute constants dot tile size. And that what we're going to do is we're going to change those particle positions. So legendary particles dot position is equal to let's store the card size here. Legendary particles dot position is equal to new vector 2 card size dot x divided by 2 card size dot y. All right. Did I do everything that I need to do now? That's the question. Did I do everything that needs to be done? I'm going to turn all this stuff off by default. So I'm going to set it to the default settings that it's supposed to be. Okay. Give me just 1 second here. Oops, that's the wrong one. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Just came up with an awesome name for my game. Do you want to share it? It's okay if you don't want to share it because I held off on sharing my game until I had the Steam page up. The name was too good, I didn't want anyone to take it. Hello, Wooius, welcome back. I still need to go to the gym. I should probably get serious about exercising too. Whatever. So much to do. Cat, did you hear the cat in the background? Ooh, Mancer. Decromancy. Oh, that's a fun one. That's a really cool name. That's a necromancy themed card game. That's close. Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Featuring Zom bunnies and Zom bears. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, let's see now. I don't know if that's going to work, but that's why. Oh, wait, there's one thing that I'm missing, which is let's see. In my alchemy event state machine here, is legendary equals true. So in here, if is legendary, base card set is legendary. Okay, now let's see. So we're gonna have to try this with all kinds of different card sizes. But I think generally speaking, this should be okay. So let's see. Oh, look at that. We get an alchemy right off the bat. Let's... Hey, what are you doing here? I think I messed something up. I put a card in the board on accident. Try it again. Okay. Let's see if we can get to an early alchemy again. There we go. Kerblam, kerblam, kerblam. It appears to be working. So the candle here has the effect, the skeleton has the effect, and the squid has the effect. Okay. Why does it look less chunky than before, though? I wonder if it's because... I should probably do some kind of offset, maybe. Where do I have it? Hold on a second. Card, legendary effect, sub viewport. Oh, this card effect. So this would be positioned. 18 divided by 2. 34. Is that right? Oh, I don't have it emitting, that's the thing. Oh, this is kind of annoying. I wonder if I should just move it a couple of pixels up when it gets placed. I probably will do that. So let's go in here where the card visuals are being updated. And we'll set this to card size.y minus 4. Magic number. See if we can get an alchemy. Again, very easily. There's one. Go. Unrelated question. Does your cat like to break apart cardboard boxes? My cat loves doing it. Yeah, my cats destroy cardboard boxes for sure. One of their favorite pastimes, I think. That actually doesn't look right either. Maybe I just need to do 1 or 2 to account for the border. Skip. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. So I think that's working. What I need is, I need like a weirdly shaped one now. So let's do this. Let's go to my game here. Let's get rid of the giant squid and we'll replace it with a lantern. Cool. So I just want to make sure that oddly shaped cards work as well. I think the rat is probably another one that I want to test. Maybe I should have added the rat in here. Let me add the rat as well. Let's get rid of the Medusa head and add rat. Okay. We'll just make sure that it's working with those as well. Here we go. Rat, lantern. Oh, can I do both of these at the same time? I can. Yeah, it looks good. It looks normal. I don't know if I like the flame colors. I might use different colors for that, but I think generally speaking, it's looking all right. The art is looking really cool too. Thank you. I'm no artist. I just know how to take images someone else created and force it into a certain palette. That can work, yeah. What are the lock icons at a node? What does it do and why is it necessary? So when you lock a node in the editor, it just prevents you from being able to move the node with the mouse in the editor. So it's just a way of like, if you're clicking around, you know, in your scene or whatever, it prevents you from inadvertently moving things. Like if I select something, is it not going to select anything? Hello? But like this enchant effect here, I could move this because it's not locked. But if I lock it, which I probably should do, now I can't move it with the editor. I'm going to lock this one too, actually. It's just a way of preventing you from like, yeah, accidentally jumbling up your scene tree. Just lock all those. That actually can bite you if you are unaware that you moved something and you're like, why is everything offset? Usually, or sometimes it's because you accidentally and inadvertently moved something without even knowing it. Yeah, I think this is looking great. Honestly, I don't really have any complaints. Other than I do think I want to change the particle colors. I might try to use cool colors instead for this, instead of the fiery colors. Let's see. Where would that be? Color curves initial ramp. Here we go. Let's try the cooler colors. This one and this one. Good morning, Pocket Pixie. What type of game is this? Looks kind of interesting. It's well, you could check out the Steam page. It's linked as the first item in the description below, but it's basically a necromancy medieval science themed auto battler with the hook being alchemy, which is a system where you can mix and match the abilities of different cards together. So this alchemy system, this is the alchemy system here. So I throw all the cards together and then the outputs are randomized. In this case, they're all legendary outputs, which means that all of the inputs get added to all of the outputs. I don't know if I like that color either. I actually wonder what it would look like if I made it stick closer to the bottom so it doesn't encroach so much on the card art. If you make a game about wizards, are you allowed to use magic numbers? That's a question for the ages. Pesky magic numbers, yeah. Hello, Zabraz, I do remember you, yes. Welcome back. Game is looking really good, thank you. Yeah, playtest coming next week, hopefully. I'm pretty sure it's gonna come next week. I'm fairly certain that everything will be ready to launch by next week. Locking is just for development purpose, yeah. Also wanted to know if there's a way to get attention on my YouTube channel, which has trailers for my games and game music covers. Yeah, honestly, I'm not a YouTube expert, so, and I'm not a marketing expert either, so I can just tell you the way that I grew my YouTube channel was just by posting mostly Godot tutorials and whatnot. I think that's what initially brought some views and subscribers to my channel. And then I also, you know, did regular devlog series, which people like to watch, and that drove some growth too. But that also takes a very long time for that process to work. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a marketing expert, so I don't know if I can give you like explicitly helpful advice there. Oh, you know what I think is also a problem? Let's turn this back up to 3. Where's my gravity here? Where's my accelerations? Gravity here. Let's just move this down a lot. Maybe I like the fire colors better, but let's see. Now I'm wondering if I can go back. Let's turn that back up to 5. Okay. You know what I should actually test while I'm doing this? Is I should test that this is a non-alchemizable ability because it doesn't make sense on anything else. So the non-alchemizable ability should not show up on anything. Oh, and I got 3 eggs out of it. That's okay. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm going to play a little bit more with the colors here. What happens if I do something even darker? Oh no, I'm already using that. We'll just keep playing around with this. I do wish you had a larger palette. I'd love the legendary card effect to be gold. Yeah, I don't have gold. That's the thing. I don't have gold. That's not good because that's not super noticeable. I wonder if I just go down to 2 colors and I do orange and white. Let's just see what happens with that. Have to go now. We'll see if the stream is still on in a half hour when I'm free. All right, sounds good. Thanks for joining, Sam Studio. Thanks for joining. So I am cooked basically, right? I don't think so. It's just going to take a lot of work. You know, it's like, I think that's just true of anything, really. Like, if you want results, you're going to have to put a lot of work into it. I don't think even finding a marketing guru is going to solve the problems. It's like, you just got to put a lot of effort into growing your online presence. The tree behind the skip button hides the skip art a bit. Yeah, I'm noticing that too. I might have to change that. You like the lighter colors? Do you like the orange and the white, or do you like the cooler colors better? That can be good feedback too, V. Yeah, thumbnails, that's something that I'm still struggling with too. It's like thumbnails are really hard to do. But I'm noticing a lot of the thumbnails that are very effective are very basic. I'm going to try to make my thumbnails more basic in the future. Creating thumbnails for this game is very difficult because it's a dark game, and generally speaking, if you look at the thumbnails that drive clicks, they're very vibrant and bright and eye-catching. So creating a thumbnail for this devlog series is going to be quite challenging. But we'll figure it out. Is it intentional that the effects don't show in the card details when you open the right slider? Is that intentional? I think it's intentional insofar as I haven't addressed that yet, but do I intend on making that the case? I probably should. I wonder if that would be easy to do. Maybe we can do that on this stream, actually. I think it should actually be relatively easy to do. I wonder why it's... No, see, the alchemy effect is playing here. I wonder if the enchant effects also get played. Let's see. It's a good question. It might just be an oversight that I forgot to update it for some things. So like the enchant effect here, there's like a sparkle. Oh yeah, I think it should. I think I just need to make it support the legendary effect, and then it will be good. So yeah, the effects are supported, it's just I need to update that. So good call on that. Card inspector. I didn't even know I had these effects for the card inspector. I thought it was just no effects, but I guess that's not true. Now, how in the world do I actually create this? Oh, create card art. Shallow duplicate. Card.is legendary is equal to is legendary. I think that's it, actually. The cooler colors for me makes them feel ethereal somewhat. Look at Loop Hero for inspiration. It's also a dark game. For thumbnails specifically? That's a good idea. To me, the legendary effect seems a little underwhelming. Now we got the legendary effect playing. I should probably add like a legendary text here as well. How to make the legendary effect less overwhelming. Or less underwhelming. More overwhelming. I like your stream's thumbnails are very clear. Making pixel art larger with thumbnailing is a must to make it readable. Yeah. YouTube has a nice feature where you can do thumbnail tests. So you can assign 3 different thumbnails. And YouTube will test each of those thumbnails to see which one drives clicks more. Well, I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy with the structure of this, so we can play with the effect some more, but I think overall it's working. Legendary alchemy outputs, there we go. So now we just got to figure out how to make it more appealing. More whelming, yes. The legendary effect is totally whelming, bro. Need more legendary whelm, whelm me more. I think the current effect on the candle looks appropriate, but on the larger cards it's less noticeable. I mean, the simple way to do it would be to just bump up the particles that are emitted, maybe. We also want to, let me write this down before I forget. Mark card as legendary in inspector. I think what I might do, I'm just gonna actually, while I'm thinking of it, so this title here, I wonder if I can get away with, if I do a VBox container here and then I add a child node label and then I do something like this. Legendary, take this VBox container constants, no separation. Or -6 separation. Why is that? Anyway. I don't know why that spacing is weird. Is there just no space between this VBox container? Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to figure out a spot for that, but that was just me playing around. Anyway, we'll figure that out in a second. I've got like 3 different songs stuck in my head right now. They're all fighting for dominance. in my train of thought. Anyway, let's see. So I increased the amount of particles. I almost wonder, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. Go to legendary particles. I wonder if I just use chunkier particles. Let's use chunkier particles. So here I've got the scale set very low. I wonder if I do 0.5 and 1. Move this down to 0.25. Whelm. Can you add a legendary tag? I think that could be cool too. The thing is, like, tags have a very specific function, which is that they are they're not necessarily modifiers. They're categories that dictate how other cards can interact with them. And I would be hesitant to add legendary as a tag because that would imply that there would be card synergies that would work with legendary cards in particular. So I don't want to, like, this tag block up here has a very specific meaning, and adding the legendary tag in there, if it doesn't do anything other than just add the legendary tag, it kind of would imply that you could gain some extra synergies from legendary cards, but that's not the case. Now, I could make that the case, but legendary cards are going to be relatively rare, so I don't know if I really want to build a whole lot of functionality around the legendary cards. Does that make sense? Music Battle Royale, yeah. Legendary tag like minion would enable more synergies and artifacts. Then you can add a Holy Grail that gets stronger for each legendary. Okay, so you are suggesting, like, make some things scale based on it. Okay, I think maybe I'm just still playing with this. This is taking a while, but it's okay. We'll do cooler colors for the legendary effect. Yep, really feeling the pain around the legendary. I mean, I could, the other thing to experiment with is, instead of doing particles, somebody suggested changing the color palette of the item, or of the card art itself. I'm almost thinking of, like, I could overlay a noise texture on top of the card art, and anywhere where the noise is filled in, it changes the color of the pixel, either probably up in the palette, but I don't know if that might just look sloppy rather than interesting. There's lots of things to experiment with for sure. If getting a legendary card is so rare, I'd make the particles go up the card further to really show it. Yeah, I'm just making that change now. I should have read your message earlier. I think this is maybe going to look better. Okay, so now they're going further up the card. How do we feel about that? I agree with the tag idea. You could create new legendary cards too. Makes sense. Legendary artifact for legendary cards. Yep, that checks out. The problem is, if the legendary cards are very rare, the problem is, like, if they're just very rare, I don't, like, if you have cards that are based on how many legendaries you have or whatever, and it's really hard to get a legendary, there's a disconnect there. But sacrificing a legendary card can fully satisfy the respawn mechanic when dying. Oh, that's good. It's a good idea. I got a great idea. Let's hear it. For your legendary cards, you could use your darkening shader to make it cycle light and dark. That might work. That might work. Rather change the background color of the card for rarity instead of color palette swap. Could give it a slight aura. Is it going to be aura farming cards? You still go higher? We could go higher. A sound effect for when the legendary card appears would be a nice indication in addition. Yeah. Let me add that. So we're making it go higher. Let's put this back. The card looks like it's burning. Yeah, that's okay. Looks a little better to me. I see the issue with readability on shorter cards. Yeah. That looks okay. Alchemortis stays aura farming, yeah. Be like summoning Exodia, very difficult but always feels amazing. I don't know what Exodia is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's better, you like that better? But overall I think higher is better. I think it is better, yeah. I think that's looking better for sure. Hello, Turbo Shook. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, aside from playing around with the color palette a little bit, I think it's looking presentable now, at least. It's not the most amazing effect in the world. Now it looks puffy instead of burning, feels better. Okay. Could you have the effect still in the card, but behind the art? Yeah. Let's see. In order to do this, though, I'd have to add outlines to all my card art, which I don't currently have. So that would be quite an ordeal, but if it looks better, it looks better. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, see, the problem is you can't really tell what it looks like because I need the art to have outlines around it. There's an easy way to fix this, which I'll just do real quick, but it's not going to be a proper fix. I can add an outline shader here. Oops. I guess that's fine. I'll just do this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oof, didn't catch the Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Now I feel old. What, no way? Now to remove the tree behind the skip button. Yeah, I'll do that. Let me add that. Ups. Bug. Delete. You don't know what Exodia is? I'll have to take some time to heal from that. I get a good whelm out of the effect now. Does it look better behind the card art? Oh no, I think it does. Oh no. I like it. I don't know if I should be so... I don't know if I want to be so whelmed. Yu-Gi-Oh! It doesn't help that Yu-Gi-Oh! As a card game is nearly impossible for new players. I was never really into the card games as a kid. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering. Is too whelming a thing? Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's also true. TV show doesn't even follow the rules anyways. You don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! What a shame. Oh no. I'm being put on blast. Likey, I told you that effect is a winner. Oh no. I can jack up the effects even more. That's true. It does. Guess who's going to add outlines to every card art? Oh no. Oh no. I agree. I like it behind much more. So much better as a background. It's very whelming. Welcome back, Sam Studio. I played Magic the Gathering a bit. Old person syndrome here. Yeah. That's why you never doubt me. Oh no. Oh no. I'm going to make you all sit here and watch me outline every single piece of art. It does look better though. It does look better. Let's get rid of the outline shader on that. Let's make the particles. Somebody said to make it more extreme. I think that is probably a good idea. Do I just increase the amount or increase the scale? Maybe I'll increase the scale. Move this out. Okay, so I just undid that change. We'll go back, we'll outline everything, but I just want to see what this looks like here. Dang it. I've got some busy work to do. Oh, I was like, I hear music. I don't know where that's coming from. It's coming from my headphones that I'm not wearing. Anyway. I don't know if that actually made the effect. I might have to just increase the amount of particles. I love the background whelm. I liked it in front. Oh no. Sorry, Sam Studio. I think the consensus is that it looks better in the back. Did I break something? Hold on a second. I broke the outlines. Okay, I broke something, so I'm gonna need to fix that real quick. Hold on a second. I deleted this line from this shader, which I think is probably breaking it. I have no idea what this even is, but let's just go ahead and put that back. This is why you don't edit things that are unrelated to the thing that you're currently working on. Although this is not necessary. I know that for a fact. No, it's still not working. What in the heck? The only other thing I can think of is I changed the pattern, right? So maybe that's not a problem. Hold on, let's put that back. What did I break? I'm a little bit scatterbrained here. Hold on. Canvas group black outline. Okay. Oh, I changed the whole... Oh. I changed that. Oh, that's the problem. Okay. I'm kind of nervous that that changed it there. Hold on. Canvas group black outline. Change this back to 1. Why am I even doing that? I don't know why I'm doing that. View owners. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's okay. Okay. We're good. I'm going to go against the grain and say I preferred it in front, actually. Oh, goodness. You guys are tearing me apart, Lisa. You guys are tearing me apart. Okay, the outline's back. Good. I've got so many outline and noise shaders in this game, it's ridiculous. Okay. I don't even know what these changes are, but we're just going to go for it. All right. Move card legendary effect to background. So much art, yeah. Seems like Adam stays aura farming. Yes, seriously. Fine by me, though evidently it's on an unpopular opinion. Yeah. Art stream, let's go. Extreme Whelm. You could force us to watch that, sure, but you can't stop us closing the browser. I know, I know. You positive you can achieve the outline with a shader and layering masks? Can't? Well, it's not that I can't do it, it's that I think I'd rather just standardize the art and make the art have an outline baked into it so that I don't have to use as many shaders. I don't think using shaders is a problem necessarily, it's just less to configure. And also I'd have to edit some of the art anyway because some of the art does have black pixels in it, which may affect the outline that is applied via the shader. So it's probably going to be better just to, you know, standardize my card art such that they always have outlines as part of the art, and then I can work from that. You already have an outline shader. You may not have made it unique. Yeah, I don't think I did. I either forgot to make it unique or to mark it as local to scene. I don't know what aura farming is. Someone told the old guy what the slang means. Frontier as well. Hello, Jackie Daytona, welcome back. Hello, Himanshu, welcome. How's Dev going? It's going good. It's going good. Oh, okay. We have to do all of these cards. Oh no. I mean, the fortunate thing is I can just do load default palette here. I mean, I can just do that. So it's not going to take that long, but I'm going to have to open up all of these. Alembic, Amanita. Load default palette. Actually, can I load default palette? Select that. I may just put extra pixels where they need to be. Oh, brother. Can I open all these at once, I wonder? Can I just do this? Nope. Cool. Barkeep, so this is an A sprite. So now I can do this. Outline that. I gotta fill in these areas. Are you guys having fun? Are you guys having fun? You all asked for this. What command are you pressing for the outline? It's Shift O. Shift O. So like here is an example of a place where I've got black pixels already. So we'll remove that first and then we'll apply the outline. And then we'll just fill in pixels where it makes sense. That'll work. Oops, I forgot to export that. Okay. Candle. Okay. Caret export. Here we go. Cat.asprite. You all wanted this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't know Yu-Gi-Oh! But knows The Room. I'm healed. Yeah. The Room was a fan favorite in college. You get a couple of adult beverages and then you watch The Room and you have a good laugh. It's the content I came here for, yeah. I'm loving it. Kind of looks like a dude from The Room. I don't know if I should be insulted by that. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay. Ceremonial dagger. Chicken. Here's another place where I've got... I guess I didn't really need to remove those, but that's okay. So that's a pixel art tip too. If you're doing outlines and you want to make something look pointier, typically you don't want to double up your pixels. But if you want to make something look pointier, like a beak or the tip of a sword, if you add an extra pixel like here, the beak goes from looking rounded to looking sharp with just that one pixel placement on the outline. So that's just a quick little tip, because if you don't have that pixel there, it looks like the beak is a little bit blunted, which still looks okay, but if you do want to make it look sharp, you just give it that extra pixel and it comes to a point. Now, it doesn't really matter in this case because this outline is going to be against a black background anyway, so you're not going to actually see the outline, but in games where you can see the outline, it makes a pretty big difference. Corvid. I think that's actually okay. Put a pixel there and there and there. Oh, man. I don't think we're even halfway there. I probably should redraw the dog. The dog doesn't look terribly good. That will be a problem for another time. Oh no. I wonder if I should fill that in. Maybe I will. Embalming fluid. This needs to be redrawn too. It doesn't look that good. That's okay. The enemy cards probably don't need this, at least not right now, but better to be consistent. Okay, let's do another one, and then I will catch up with the chat here. Oh, this is an interesting one because there's several layers. So let's do the wood there. But then if I outline the flames, is that going to be a problem? Actually, it doesn't look terribly... Actually, it doesn't look like a problem. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. It's really fast, actually. Yeah, it's okay. It's just going to take a while. It's actually fun and satisfying to watch, is it? Hello, Artem. Welcome back. I'm not even on the behind team. Yeah. Just to think I have done the outline stuff hundreds of times in Microsoft Paint. And yes, my latest project made me make a 51 by 51 grid of cells that all had to be handmade. My soul hates me. It can be a lot of effort doing this pixel art stuff. It can definitely be a lot of effort. Giant squid, everyone's favorite card is here. Oh no. Do I dare do this? Let's merge this down. We'll just flatten those out. Okay. Card, hammer, hammer.asprite. Oh, I outlined this one already. Very cool. I'll just re-export it just in case. I'll spawn egg. Simple enough. Fill that in, fill this section in. Maybe fill in this section as well. And this here. And that there. And that there. Okay. Open file. Incense. The beautiful reworked incense. I was like 10 years behind old Greg, but man, that was an oldie but goodie. What is that? Old Greg? Did I miss a reference somewhere? This one seems like a job for Asprite's scripting API, though I bet by the time you make a script, you'll be done doing it manually. Yeah, that's the thing. It's really not going to take that much time. It's just really tedious. Tedious things always feel longer than they actually are. Like, I don't think it's... I haven't been keeping track of the time, but I wouldn't be surprised if this didn't take much longer than 15 minutes. Whereas trying to do the scripting API and everything probably would work, but there are also manual pixels that I'm placing here, which the API can't do for me. So on balance, it's just easier to do it directly. The tedious things always seem like they take more time than they actually do. This is a prime example of you just gotta bite the bullet and do it, you know? You're gonna spend more time, you're gonna waste more time spinning your wheels trying to figure out a better way of doing it than just if you just sat down and got it done by hand. And then from this point onward, I'll make sure to have outlines in all the art I create so then I won't, you know, this will not be a repeated process. Tentacles, copy, copy, copy. Oh, goodness. Anyway, get rid of that. Actually, maybe I shouldn't do that. Ah! What did I just do? Actually, this is going to be a hard one. Oh, maybe not. We'll just fill in all those with black. That works. Yeah. That's a little bit of an interesting one, I think. Okay. Should probably redraw that art as well. Still some pieces of art to revisit, but that's okay. Mosquito swarm. Oh no. All these individual skeeters need to be outlined. Are you serious? Oops. Okay, mosquito swarm. Mutton. Pain. We're getting there. Oh, I've got a couple. Oh no. Are you serious? Okay, we're gonna cheat a little bit. Duplicate. Oh no, we're gonna flatten this. And I'm gonna take, oh wait, is it already outlined? Wait a minute. It's already outlined, what am I doing? The mound is not outlined. Oh, I think I just need to... What in the heck is going on? Okay, that'll work. It's fine. Now what does this have to be exported as? Phoenix Mound. Export, and then we'll just do the Phoenix is already fine. Yeah, the Phoenix is already outlined, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, that was a little bit of a tedious one, but that's all right. Going on, phylactery. Oh, it's a dog? I thought it's a mouse. Oh, no. Oh, no. You guys are really putting me to work. His defense, I was like a while ago, has gotten better since the dog. Yeah, it's true. I have gotten better since the dog. Even in this project, my art skill has been improving. Which means I need to go back and redraw things. But that's okay. That works. Almost done. Did not realize there were so many cards. There are a lot of cards, actually. I'm kind of surprised, too. Oh, that is not correct. I did not realize there were so many cards either. But we got it. Goodness gracious, it never ends. Maybe I should have wrote a script for this. We're down in the S's now, though. We're getting there. Here we go. I think this will be worth it, though. I think it's going to be worth it. Ah, our good old skeleton warrior. I think that works. Wait a minute. I actually forgot. Let me look at this. Yeah, there's like a thicker outline here. So let me just do that real quick. I think I need that there, yeah. Okay. Slime. Load default palette. You guys wanted this. You guys wanted me to suffer, so here we are. Squid still is cute. I do like the squid. I do like the squid. Watch it, it's freaking amazing. Okay, the old Greg. I will do that. What is it called? Old Greg, okay, yeah. You missed 2 pixels in the one with the face and the tentacles. Did I? I don't think so. There's one there. If you're talking about these are actual highlights. Oh, maybe there's one there I can do. Unless you were talking about those 2 pixels I just did there. Anyway, Back to the syringe. I think that's okay. A torch. Torch can probably have its art redone as well, but we're not going to worry about that. Training dummy, I might as well just go ahead and do this. For consistency. Almost done. Unholy water. Load default palette. Boom. Okay. The village idiot. Oh, interesting. I didn't, that one's not finished, so we'll just get rid of that. Nope, wrong one. I still think the villager is kind of cute too. Anyway. Long stream, yeah, it's a long stream. Yep, those are the pixels on about the one you just fixed. Okay, good. Thank you, Clickertail. Appreciate that. Good, good. Oh. Windmill can probably be redone, but that's something to do for later. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. I think that's probably okay. Zombie, here we go. All right. Did we do it? Okay. Add outlines to all card art. Sync those changes. Okay. I think we did it. I think we did it. Just make sure everything looks okay. Everything should basically still look the same. But when I alchemize things, that effect should be a little bit nicer now in the background. Yeah. So now the cards have outlines which separates them for whatever effect might be played in the background. Okay, good. I think it's looking good. Now that I'm thinking maybe it would be better without the outlines. Oh no. Well, thankfully removing the lines is just a matter of reverting that commit that I just made. So I know you guys are trying to be funny, but I have the power of Git and anime on my side. Okay. So the last thing to do here is in the alchemy event state machine, I'm forcing this to be true all the time. We'll just get rid of that. Remove guaranteed legendary. And I think that's it. The legendary alchemy system is done. Oh, I still need the sound effects for it, but that's powerful, yeah. That's powerful indeed. Okay, well, that's going to be it for the stream today. I'm glad we got that alchemy thing done, so that should be available in the playtest as well. So if you end up getting a legendary card in the playtest, you'll have to let me know. But of course, the playtest is coming out next week at some point. I'm going to release a devlog, which I'll be working on this afternoon. So yeah, we're getting very, very close. It's almost here. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for being here. Anime is friendship, yeah. And I appreciate your support. Again, you can wishlist Alchemortis. It's the first line in the description below. So definitely give that a look if you're interested. And I'll be back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll find some more stuff to work on. All right, have a good day, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.